What's up everyone, it's Aster the Hybrid Floof, proud owner of Retro Drip Pack Productions, and today we're tackling one of the most infamous amateur league events in Gran Turismo 3, the Legend of Silver Arrow. Now, this event may sound epic, but let me tell you, it's basically Gran Turismo's way of saying, hey, want the suffer button style because we've got 3 very different tracks to survive. Now, before we get into the tracks, we need to talk about the different types of opponents you'll be facing against, which is typically 3 different types of vehicles, which is the Mercedes-Benz CLK55 AMG, the Mercedes-Benz CL600, and the Mercedes-Benz SOK230 compressor, which is just a small convertible Mercedes-Benz vehicle. But now that you are familiar with the opponents, let's get into the tracks. So the first we got a classic, Trial Mountain Circuit. The track where you start feeling like a pro, but by lap 3 you're rethinking every life decision because of that one cursed uphill chicane. And then up next we got the high-speed nap simulator, also known as Super Speedway. It's just 2 turns and 1 long stretch, but somehow it still manages to test your patience and your ability to not zone out completely. And then finally we got the dramatic finish, Rome Circuit Reverse, because racing through Italy is fun, but racing through it backwards is even more fun, until you clip a wall and suddenly you're part of Roman architecture. So yeah, that's pretty much all what I gotta say about this video. So yeah, buckle up. This isn't just a race, this is me questioning my sanity in real time. So let's just jump straight right into the Silver Arrow and see if I can actually make it through all 3 of these tracks without rage quitting. Alright, buckle in because we're kicking off the Silver Arrow Challenge at the Trial Mountain Circuit, a track that every Gran Turismo player both loves and fears at the same time for some obvious reason. Right out the gate, Trial Mountain lures you in with this beautiful tree-lined straight, almost like it's saying, hey, relax, enjoy the scenery, but don't get comfortable because the very first corner is like stepping into a boxing ring. You either nailed the apex perfectly or you slide so far off the line that the car is considering an early retirement. And then there's the climb. Oh boy, the climb. The elevation changes here are sneaky. You think you're going flat out, then the car goes light over a crest and suddenly you're airborne, pretending you're in a rally game every time you land. You swear you're gonna lose a tire. Now, the true villain of Trial Mountain, the infamous chicane after the tunnel. You come flying in, everything's going great, and then whoop, the track says surprise and smacks you with 2 corners tighter than my internet budget. The AI, they blast through it like they've installed cheat codes. Me, I'm either scraping the wall or braking so early that I'm practically parked. There's no in between. Don't forget the back straight with that sweeping left-hander at the end. That corner is basically the track whispering go on and brake late. I dare you, spoiler, you always brake late and you always regret it. By the time you're finished here, your controller's sweaty, your nerves are fried, and you start thinking, you know what, maybe Super Speedway won't be so bad, famous last words. Alright, lap 2. Round 2 with this track. I know it's tricks now, but Trial Mountain doesn't care. That uphill section, still sketchy. Every bump has me holding my controller like I'm defusing a bomb. Oh, here comes the chicane again. Last lap I scuffed it. This time, clean entry, clean exit. Wait, nope. Little wall tab. It won't be Trial Mountain without at least one apology to my car's suspension. Back straight feels like freedom until that downhill left-hander comes out of nowhere. I swear this corner was designed by someone who hates happiness. AI is still cruising like they own the road. I'm just happy I didn't spin out. Alright now guys, we are officially into our final lap of this race. So it's now or never. By this point, the track and I have an understanding it tries to kill me. I try not to scream. That first sector, honestly not too bad. Maybe I'm getting the hang of it. One last time through the tunnel, deep breath, and the chicane, perfectly lined up, nailed it, finally. Took 3 laps, but I did it. Somebody give me a medal real quick. Someone put my agent on the phone. Anyways, we're on the home stretch now, downhill blast, heart pounding, praying I don't bend it on the final corner, and across the line, Trial Mountain is complete. And of course, you know, we have a stunning victory on our hands and gotten a gold trophy. So, with that being said, let's move on to our next race, which is Super Speedway, aka the nap zone, because this track, I guarantee, will bore you and make you sleepy. Hey, you made it. Welcome to Super Speedway, otherwise known as the Oval. 2 corners, 1 brain cell, and a lot of horsepower. We launch off the line, cars packed tighter than Black Friday at Walmart. Slipstream is everything here. Miss the draft and you're done. First turn, smooth. It's just a wall disguised as a curve. Hold the throttle, trust the car, and hope your tires don't cry. Alright, so we are officially in lap 2, and the fun begins. Drafting here makes you feel like a superhero. 1 second, you're mid-pack, next second, you're slingshotting past 3 cars like Lightning McQueen, shouting ka-chow. Pit strategy is already creeping into my brain. Do I stop early, late, or do I even stop at all? Or do I just pray the car runs on fumes and spike? Also, there's no pit stops needed in this race whatsoever. It's just me being me, so... By lap 3, monotony sets in. I've been holding down the accelerator so long that my thumbs are considering unionizing. It's hypnotic. Round and round we go. You start zoning out thinking about dinner, then boom. Wall. Super Speedway doesn't forgive daydreamers. Right, made to lap 4. We are halfway through this race. Cars are bunched up, everyone is fighting for that inside line. You know it's serious when the AI starts acting like NASCAR drivers on a caffeine overdose. I dive low, hold my breath, and somehow squeeze through without turning the car into a pancake. Lap 5, the endurance test. Tires are screaming. There's no fuel in this game, so I can't even say this phrase fuel is dropping. I'm just trying to keep it clean. The draft game is insane right now. Slingshot in, slingshot out. It feels less like a race and more like a high-speed leapfrog. I swear the crowd must be thinking, wow, thrilling race. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here sweating bullets over a left turn. Now, finally, the moment you have all been waiting for, lap 6, the final lap, all or nothing. I've got one chance to nail this. I'm already ahead of the other players, and I need to time it perfectly so that I will keep the lead that I'm at right now. Flying down the backstretch, I dive into a final corner, pedal flat, tires screaming, controller vibrating like it's possessed, and across the line, 6 laps of pure oval chaos. I need a nap. Hello there, I see you making it to the final race, which is the big finale, Rum Circuit Reverse. The track that asks, what if we took tight city streets and made you suffer backwards? Alright, so lap 1, we go straight into chaos. First few corners are tight enough to squeeze the paint off your car. The walls here magnetic, my bumper already making friends with Italian concrete. Every turn is a gamble. You brake late, you're kissing the wall. Brake early, the AI just flies past like they own the place, or they just rear-end you. Welcome to Rome Reverse, population suffering. Alright, second lap is okay. Maybe I got this. I know where the walls are. I know where my hopes and dreams go to die. The downhill stretch into the tight right-hander, still terrifying. You fly down like a hero, slam the brakes and pray that the car actually listens. Spoiler, it doesn't. Corners here aren't corners. They're personal attacks that tight chicane near the middle. I'm convinced it was designed by someone who lost a bet. The AI doesn't even care, they just pinball through it and keep on going. Alright, we are down to our final lap. Everything is on the line, and as you can tell, we are keeping a very proactive pace and ahead of the cars by a long shot. But every corner is now 20 cons between glory and disaster. I take the downhill nail braking, somehow survive. The wall's trying to pull me in one last time, but I resist. I blast onto the final straight, hard racing, tires gone, bumper missing, and cross the line, wrong reverse complete. Honestly, I don't know if I want to race or survive the mugging. Either way, we're done. Alright, and so that, my friends, is the legend of Silver Arrow in Gran Turismo 3. Trial Mountain put me through therapy, Super Speedway put me through boredom, and Rome Reverse put me through a concrete wall. But hey, I finished. The Silver Arrow has been conquered. Mercedes might be proud, but my car's mechanic sure isn't. Thanks for watching. This has been Aster the Hybrid Floof, proud owner of Retro Dirt Pack Productions. If you enjoyed watching me slam into walls, scream at ovals, and generally question my life choices, then hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which of these tracks do you dislike the most. Until next time, keep racing, keep drifting, and remember, in Gran Turismo, the walls don't crash into you, you crash into them. Peace out.